Good morning, happy Black Friday, where we buy stuff like long leads that are half price. No, generally did need this, by the way. Anyway, hope we are all good. Hope we are well, ready for whatever tier you're in. Anyway, enough on that before I cause you tears for some. It is what it is. Remember that. Control what you can. That is all you can do. And when your energy goes there, that will completely change your response. And your response will then actually dictate your happiness or not. So remember that. You control what you can. Yes, maybe frustrating sometimes. But, where your energy goes where your attention's been. It's as simple as that. If we get up, watch Piers Morgan and all this stuff, and look at what's gone wrong, which is fine, don't expect to feel great. If you get up and actually just think about, okay, what am I grateful for today? Have you ever sat back and said, what am I looking forward to most today? And if you can't think of anything, actually, just that's exciting. You got a clean slate. Go make something up. What am I gonna do today to look forward to? I don't know. Okay. Could you try something, then see if potentially you look forward to it again tomorrow? Anyway, enough of that. With the study out this week, I know it's been all over the headlines about vegan diets and having a higher risk of fractures, particularly hip fractures. So I've had a few discussions with some of the ladies this week. There's one lady, she actually went a little bit vegan. Say a little bit vegan. It's a bit like you're vegan or not, like a little bit pregnant, a little bit not. You either are or you're not, but you can be both. That's the thing with it. You can be, some days, I think some meals I am vegan. No, vegetarian more. You can be a little bit of everything. You don't have to be one way. It's not like you are or not. Anyway, but she mentioned that about this study, and she mentioned that a few family members, like when she saw that study, she thought, wow, that's her and her in a nutshell. They've had all those problems. They're very frail. They've had that fracture. And then I've had a few questions with some of the ladies about their kids, and this is actually where the blog came from. So I'm going to post a blog today about should I supplement on a vegan diet. And she said because she was speaking to her daughter who's started on a vegan diet, but she won't take supplements or anything like that. And she was a bit worried about her because she's not, there's different ways you can do a vegan diet, right? You can do it with lots of beans, pulses, lots of vegetables, lots of nutrition in, and do it very well. And then there's other ways you can do it, especially in today's world where everything has a vegan substitute. So you could actually end up eating the same foods, but with actually potentially less nutrition in. I know this sounds pretty bonkers, but let's take like a vegan sausage roll compared to your regular sausage roll. The regular sausage roll is potentially going to have more nutrition in because of the pork, because maybe it's got some vitamin B12 in it, maybe higher in protein. Maybe it's got more carnitine, iron, creatine, all these nutrients, that minerals and vitamins that we often forget, and we just think it's about maybe calories or the look of the food. So what I will go over is some of the supplements. All I'm going to say is this is based on the scientific evidence and not my opinion. And based on that, these are the things that I'd recommend, which would be, number one would be vitamin B12, which you can either get from a supplement, pill, injection, or fortified foods, okay? So you can get it from fortified cereals, milks. You get it from like nut milk, stuff like that they fortify it. So technically, by having like a milk alternative, you are technically supplementing, because it's just basically milk, a little bit of whatever it is, whether that's oats or almonds, and then they just put vitamins in it. Nutritional yeast is a good source of vitamin B12 as well. Now, in this situation, one of the ladies asked, like she said, she'd read somewhere that you can get everything from iron, calcium, zinc, and omega-3 from your diet. Now, technically, you can get them from plant-based foods. However, when you look at the populations, it seems that people eating a vegan diet, despite this, still have higher deficiencies. And this tend to be because of the absorption, because a lot of these say like the spinach and the iron in spinach is not very well absorbed. We have two types of iron. Heme iron is really easy to absorb. That's found in like red meats. Whereas non-heme would be found in plants, etc., beans. And this isn't well absorbed and actually needs to be converted to heme. And that process isn't well done in our body, and as a result of that, we don't absorb much. So based on that, it's not necessarily true. Like, there might be nutrition in it, but if you think of a plant, think of it outside in the rain and the cold, surviving that. It's very hard to get some of the nutrients out of it if you just think that the plant's there to protect itself, you know. So you've got to think about the absorption process here. So based on that and the science, I'd probably say, on top of, if I was to sum up everything, I'd say iron, vitamin B12, omega-3. So if you're vegan, obviously look at like an algae supplement, it's all good. Calcium, zinc, choline, and then regardless of whether you eat meat or not, vitamin D3. And that's based on reducing risk of anemia, energy levels in terms of iron, bone fractures, and even depression, anxiety is higher generally in the research shows in vegetarians or vegans. Now, what I would also say with this though, is that to couple it with muscle strengthening exercise, whether that's resistance exercise, body weight, weights, anything that just strengthens your muscles a little bit more. Because this will provide the stimulus to promote muscle, improve tone, increase bone density, and all these things are going to help with this scenario here in terms of bone density. Obviously that could be linked to calcium, protein, vitamin D, iron if it impacts your energy levels, B12 if it impacts your energy levels. So I would just consider them. So they would be my go-to on there. So I hope that helps. And I will just say, what one of the ladies says, I will share this with you, because I think it's quite interesting in that our beliefs about certain ways of eating has to be that way or that way. And ultimately, you just have to make sure that you align your way of eating with what makes you happy. And whatever is important to you, you align it with that, and not judge, because ultimately it leads to situations like this. So one of the ladies said, I feel bad, and this was referring to actually starting to eat some fish again, and then starting to eat a little bit of eggs, because she was struggling, digestive issues. So she said, I feel bad about it, as I was committed to being a veggie. I still eat mostly veggie stuff, I just can't believe it took me this long to work it out. I'm pleased about getting up so early for exercise. I seem to manage to pack in loads now. I have more energy, and that makes me feel in control of my food, my habits, and my digestion is better. And it just shows that, you know, sometimes you just got to individualize it for you. And it's not about failure or success, it's about tweaking as you go. So I hope that helps. I am off now for our early morning sessions, live, Zooms, Facebooks, all in on here. It is a Black Friday workout today, which means you get 20% more calories burned per minute. Let's go with that one. Let's lead with that one. Anyway, hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. Our 28-day Kickstart opens up again next week. Devizes, Marlborough, or all from home. If you want more info, send a message, and have a lovely Friday. Speak soon.